Hey, we back. Hey, alright, man, we back. And CM Punk. Alright, for a lot of y'all, if you're a wrestling fan, welcome. I've been doing these wrestling reactions for years now on this channel. But I just kind of stopped with them because I'm like, I don't think my fan base really wants to see that. But we got to talk about CM Punk going off in the medium scrum after All Out last night. And I didn't actually watch All Out. I actually stopped watching AEW pay-per-views. The last one, I think the last one I saw was Revolution this year. But yeah, I stopped because ever since Cody left, I just feel like the direction of the company, I don't know where it's going, and I honestly don't like it. I just feel like the company doesn't focus on storytelling like it used to, and there's too many people on the roster, and the stories don't make sense, so I stopped watching. But I do keep up with it weekly for Raw and SmackDown and AEW Dynamite. I don't watch Rampage, obviously, of course, at all, but we about to react to CM Punk going off on Colt Cabana and Hangman Page and the EVPs. But we gotta get into this. Go ahead, subscribe, thumbs up the video, and join my Discord down below. Alright, we're gonna get into this and we gonna see what this is all about. Alright, man, let's go. Hold on, it's low. Let me go back. How do I go back again? Okay, there.
So you're not from no, Scott and I did not see eye to eye. Oh, wow. Well, that makes two of us. My point is, if you fancy yourself a journalist, even if it's for the silly world of professional wrestling.
Before we get straight into this, what do I think about CM Punk? Was super excited when he first came back. I loved it. I thought it was one of the best wrestling moments in history. Well, returning wise, but what do I think about his run so far? I think his run's been mediocre. And I think the reason it's been mediocre is because Tony Khan doesn't let there be storytelling on the show. Like, there'll be only 10 minutes of CM Punk on the whole show, and then you won't see him again. Used to, like with Stone Cold and Rock, they'd come out twice a night and stuff. Or it just felt like the show was surrounded around them. It doesn't feel like it's surrounded around CM Punk. Like, there might be something about CM Punk speaks, and then this week you got a steel cage match, where people are going to honestly kind of gravitate towards a steel cage match more than CM Punk speaks. So I think that's why this run he's been on so far, it has sucked. But for what I've heard about what he's saying in here, this is the most interesting thing he's done since he has returned to wrestling.
And you have journalistic integrity, people who report things, mostly that are bullshit, and slanderous lies against myself. If you are friends with somebody, you my spot. If you're not friends with them, I apologize. It's okay. But you should probably disclose who you're friends with.
I'm not friends with him.
I haven't had anything to do with Scott Colton in almost a decade. Probably wanted nothing to do.
Why is he calling him by his name like that, Scott Colton? I don't know, man. What do y'all think? Y'all think CM Punk is a prick, or do you think is he right? I don't even know why he's mad. Let's see.
Even longer than that.
The volume is
It's
low.
fucking unfortunate that I have to come up here and speak on this when I'm on my time and this is a fucking business. Why I'm a grown-ass adult.
Another thing I want to point out, why does AEW Scrum look so goddamn ghetto? You look at the WWE Scrum with Roman Reigns and Triple H and them when they were just on it, and look at this, and you could just see why people don't take AEW serious. Come on, they need to invest the money into looking looking professional. This doesn't look professional. I mean, obviously, the camera is going to just shoot the AEW background, but this person who's filming that above them, like, I mean, shouldn't all the angles look good? In my opinion, this just looks bad. And I'm not impressed with even when the camera's just focused on Tony Khan and CM Punk and it's just the AEW background thing. I think it still does, it just looks cheap. Whereas you've seen the WWE press conference, media scrum, whatever you want to call it, and they look professional as hell. And people don't say that Triple H and them copied off of AEW because they used to do the press conferences in the 90s and shit too.
Man, and I decide not to be friends with somebody is nobody else's fucking business. But my friends, if I fall backwards, will catch me. Scott Colton, I felt, never would have. My problem was I wanted to bring a guy with me to the top that did not want to see me at the top. Okay? You call it jealousy, you call it envy, whatever the fuck it is. My relationship with Scott Colton ended long before I paid all of his bills. I have every receipt, I have every invoice, I have every email. I have the email where he says, and I quote, "I agree to go our separate ways. I will get my own lawyer and you do not have to pay anymore." That's an email that I have. The only reason the public did not see is because...
Alright, so, only thing I could say I take on this is there's two sides to every story. I can't sit here and defend CM Punk, but I can't bash him either just because we haven't heard the full story from both sides. But if I'm looking at it, if like, I'm just looking at it and we're not taking sides, I mean, it's CM Punk. What has he really got to lie for? He's rich. He's one of the biggest stars still, and he hasn't done much really this year because he got injured and everything. And he's a world champion. I mean, I don't think he has to necessarily lie. But, I mean, Colt Cabana, I don't know much about him, so I can't say anything bad about him and be like, yeah, I think he would. I don't know anything about him, but I've watched CM Punk for pretty much damn half my life now, so I'm not taking sides, but I don't think CM Punk should have handled it like this because he's come off ever since he come back talking about positivity and being in a good place and working with great people. Well, right here you're just kind of like abusing your power because you know you have clout and you know you're the biggest star in the company, so you can get away with something like this. But if say Colt Cabana came out and did this to you, you would be fuming to have him fired if he did this to you. But what if Colt Cabana asked Tony, could you be fired? That obviously wouldn't happen. But if Colt did this to you on this stand, you will be fuming and your ego will be hurt really, really bad. So I just think it's not right what he did. But he might be telling the truth, but it's still not right just because this is all about ego. And this is unprofessional. He could have handled this behind the scenes or something. We didn't. Yeah, it's entertaining to see him going off and stuff, but...
When I finally had to countersue him through Discovery, we discovered he shared a bank account with his mother.
Oh my... Why he damn... He revealing all his info.
And as soon as we discovered that fact and we subpoenaed old Marsha, he sent the email, "Oh, can we please drop all this?" Now, it's 2022. I haven't been friends with this guy since at least 2014, late 2013. And the fact that I have to sit up here because we have irresponsible people who call themselves EVPs and couldn't fucking manage a target, and they spread lies and bullshit and put into a media that I got somebody fired when I have fuck all to do with him, want nothing to do with him, do not care where he works, where he doesn't work, where...
Man, this is... Tony's sitting here letting him talk like this. That's the difference between WWE and AEW. You would never see this unless it was a work, and I don't believe this is work. Because if this is a work, what is this working for? Like, what is this going to do? This isn't going to draw any money. Colt Cabana isn't a star, so this was handled poorly, I think, and this shows that AEW lacks any real backstage people who really control the company. Like, this would never happen in WWE. Like, if it happened, it will never happen ever again. Like, if it happened once, this shit will never happen again. This right here, it's happening right now, but this is basically, this happens in AEW all the time. This ain't the first person to try to like talk about their grievances with somebody in AEW, but man, it's kind of sad like seeing CM Punk just still so angry and stuff. Like, I understand it. I'm not saying that he can't be mad, but like, damn. He still like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like he grew that much like he portrayed himself to have.
Where he eats, where he sleeps. And the fact that I have to get up here and do this in 2022 is fucking embarrassing. And if y'all are at fault, fuck you. If you're not, I apologize. But what did I ever do in this world to deserve an empty-headed fucking dumb fuck?
Oh my God.
Page to go out on national television and fucking go into business for himself. For what? What did I do, Dave?
Damn, he just the hell to Hangman at a page. I'm gonna stop pausing, but damn.
What did I ever do?
That is insane.
Didn't do a goddamn thing. What's your name, sir?
This sounds like a conversation of like a family, like you have with somebody. This sounds too personal. This don't sound like no conversation that you when you pissed off. This sounds like he really want to beat his ass. You heard how he talked about Adam Page?
D'Angelo? Fuck the Pittsburgh guy. What are you doing?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
I made it really clear in Forbes, and I just want to make it clear again. Nick,
It's not his position to make it very fucking clear. There's people who call themselves EVPs that should have fucking known better. This shit was none of their business. I understand sticking up for your fucking friends. I fucking get it. I stuck up for that guy more than anybody. Okay? I paid his bills until I didn't, and it was my decision not to.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have no commented when Nick first said it. It's my fault.
Tony, shut your ass up. Don't try to be like, don't try to say that you didn't want him to answer this type of question. Because what CM Punk is saying is, this shit has been happening behind the scenes of the EVPs, I guess, telling the media that CM Punk got Colt Cabana fired and all that stuff. Don't try to act like you want to control it now. Let's look at it like this. Tony Khan can't control anything. He doesn't control. He's not in control of his company. Everybody runs it.
It's my fault.
I appreciate that.
I should have just taken it head on because you never said
But I'm trying to
anything.
run a fucking business. And when somebody who hasn't done a damn thing in
What do you mean he trying to run a business?
jeopardizes the first $1 million house that this company has ever drawn off of my back and goes on national television and does that, it's a disgrace to this.
I don't think CM Punk is carrying the company like he thinks he is. I truthfully believe the star of the company who brings the most interest in every single thing he does and who's legit carrying the business is MJF. I really think MJF is the biggest star in AEW. I think Cody was a big star, but MJF, when Cody was there, I'm not saying Cody's there now, but MJF to me is everything he does, it causes attention. And I think that his booking is what's hurt MJF the most, but I think MJF is a bigger star than CM Punk. CM Punk is, you kind of just see that there's nothing there anymore. Like, he really can't go in the ring, and his storyline, this is the best CM Punk you'll get is when he's in this mood, when he's like disgruntled and angry and pissed off, because there's something there. I don't know, when he's happy and he's just like, when he's positive, there's not really anything there. That's why I think his run has been so lame, because there's nothing there. Without a good story, you just see he's just a regular guy.
Industry, it's a disgrace to this company.
And he's not that impressive in the ring either.
Now, we're far beyond apologies, right? I gave him a fucking chance. It did not get handled, and you saw what I had to do, which was very regrettable, lowering myself to his fucking level. But that's where we're at right now.
I agree with CM Punk though. This all could have been handled better. Like, I'm on his side, I think, just because it was nobody's business with what happened between him and Colt Cabana, and he's not coming into AEW trying to pick sides and be like, I run this or that, fire Colt Cabana. If he was in charge of getting Colt Cabana fired, he would have been fired as soon as he joined, and that was over a year ago. So I just think that the EVPs and everybody who like the Dark Order people and all them, they probably started a lot of these rumors of shit with CM Punk, and he fed up. I get it. Now I'm kind of watching 4 minutes into it.
And I will still walk up and down this hallway and say, if you have a fucking problem with me, take it up with me. Let's fucking go.
Damn. There you go, man. CM Punk was pissed the fuck off. And I get it. Now that I listen to his side, I get it. Like, yeah, there's two sides to every story, but it makes sense why he pissed. It just, all friends wrestling, you know how they say that? Everybody's clicked up in this side versus this side. And a lot of people don't like CM Punk coming in because they know he's the biggest star. And honestly, let's look at it like this. I love the Elite, and I don't hate anybody in wrestling. But if we look being truthful, the Elite really run the company kind of to book themselves to look the best out of every single body. If you look at the beginning of AEW history, everything, the world title picture's always been around. Kenny Omega, Hangman, and the Young Bucks have always been in the tag title picture. It's always been about them. And Cody was even in the main event. It's always been about them, and it's never been about bringing other people up. They say they bring other people up, but they don't. And I think that CM Punk just kind of exposed that they're kind of immature. And I think CM Punk was immature for this, but you can only be. I mean, they started rumors on him that he's just pricking and he got somebody fired and shit. So I can see why he's mad. But my take on it is CM Punk didn't really do anything wrong. He handled this unprofessionally and should have not done this. But then again, the human in us makes us angry and shit. So I don't know. But subscribe, thumbs up, and join my Discord down below. Tell me what you guys think about CM Punk. And yeah, man.